Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Thursday edition of Proline Daily, the longest-running sports handicapping show in America. Direct from Las Vegas. NBA Game 6 tonight between the Cavaliers and Celtics. We've got an NHL Game 7 between Ottawa and Pittsburgh. Baseball as well. Jim Feist not here today, but John Cranton sitting in with me, Dave Cokin. Jim has back-to-back days with the Inner Circle winners. Yesterday with the Twins, along with a high roller and the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, Jim hit those high roller plays or high end plays on the inner circles. He's off a 6-1 baseball evening tonight. He's got quite a few things going. His National League total of the month, high end total available, as well as a metrics play and the total in that NHL game. All that and more at jimfeist.com.
I split yesterday. I had a loser on the total that I played. I won the runs line play. Those are at 80% for the year, which is kind of absurd, but I'm not going to complain. I have two games today, one of which is underway and doing well, which is the Pirates leading 5-0 as we're taping this. And one other play tonight, which is an underdog. And I think it's a really nice value play. You can get it online at jimfeist.com for $25. Let's look at the Cavs and Celtics. I'm not going to get involved in this, John. I don't have the slightest idea what's going to happen tonight, to tell you the truth. If I were going to play the game, gun to head, I'd probably take the points with Boston. I don't think that they're mentally beaten by Cleveland as they were perhaps earlier in the series. And, the Cavaliers are having some trouble defending them. So it's a game where I think Boston might be able to hang in. But, boy, the Cavaliers, they have been absolutely great when in a closeout situation, when they have a chance to end a series. I think it's 11 in a row. I'm not going to go against that. So, it's a pass for me.
Yeah, I was hoping to get some better value here with a team like Cleveland. I thought that might be in the 7 or 8 range, but the odds makers kind of read my mind by pushing it up like they have to 10, 10 and a half. And it's been a bad matchup for the Celtics. Boston during the regular season was an excellent defensive team, and yet we just haven't seen it in these playoffs. And I think it's part of the injuries, but also it's just a difficult matchup for them when Cleveland is healthy and clicking with their big three and their depth like they are today. The first two games on this court were absolute whitewashes by Cleveland, and now Boston stole one. But let's face it, they were lucky to steal that game 3. And even being in game 4 the other night, they were outscored 65-42 in the second half, and the Cavs shot over 59% from the field. It's just been a terrible matchup. I think the way to look at it is, as you were leaning toward, we've got a total here about 215 and a half. Boston likes to run, but they can't stop defensively Cleveland in any way. Boston 8-1-1 over the total at home. They are covering games. The scrappy Celtics are, even with all these injuries, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a higher scoring game tonight.
Interesting game in baseball tonight. The Tigers and Astros matching up. Detroit getting the win last night. And tonight they'll send Justin Verlander to the mound to face Mike Fiers for the Astros. Now, if we're looking at this game a week ago, I would say get all over the over, because Verlander, if you look at his season-to-date numbers, his walk rate is high, his hard hit rate is high, his fly ball rate is very high, and Fiers just doesn't have good numbers at all. However, and this is why you just have to go through all the games, not just the season-to-date. Both pitchers are off what I consider very solid starts. You'd kind of expect it with Verlander. He's just been kind of feeling his way through the early part of the season. And it's Justin Verlander. He's probably going to get going. And last time out might have been the buy signal on him. Fiers also pitched well last time out. I thought it was the best he's looked all season. So that kind of takes away from what I might have been looking at in this game. And instead, I'm probably not going to look at much of anything. I make the line about 150. On my projections. So there's actually value on the Astros side, but I don't like the way they're swinging the bat, particularly right now. The Astros a little bit off offensively, and Verlander off the good start could be, as I mentioned, a buy sign. So even though the game models about 150, I'm not going to get involved, and I'm going to sit this game out. I'm sorry I can't give out any plays here, but if you don't like a game, you can't force it.
Yeah, well, I'll give one out because Houston's got all the overall numbers going for them, except what you mentioned. Of late, they're having a difficult run here, a 2-3 run these last 5 games. And Mike Fiers is, winless at home. He's pitched fairly well, but he's 0-2 here. And at the town, this Detroit team, they are scrappy. We saw them come up with the win last night. Verlander has pitched fairly well overall, particularly at home where he's been dominant. But when he faces a winning team, 20-8 record, he is. And when he faces Houston, he totally dominated this team. 2.05 ERA in 7 starts, 4-0 record. They got the win last night with Jose Iglesias having a terrific game. And then the head-to-head matchup, Tigers again have done exceptionally well. 5-1. They've won the last 6 meetings between these teams, including the upset last night. So nice price here. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Detroit Tigers keep the Houston Astros having another struggling week.
All right, so there you go. Meanwhile, once again, I've got one underdog selection still pending today. An upset special. You can get it online at $25 at jimfeist.com. And if you want to get free plays every day on a recorded message, call 888-294-1970.
That's right. And if you want to get free plays sent right to your cell phone via text, all you have to do is text GAME, G-A-M-E, to 25827. You'll get one play every day popping up right on your cell phone, or you can check out jimfeist.com.
Right. Don't forget, we will be doing this again on Friday. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you on Friday with another edition of Proline Daily from Las Vegas.